It's
Oh, somebody's in a hurry.
Yeah. You got somewhere to be, Mac?
Oh, wow. It's before 9 o'clock, isn't it?
That's all right.
No, we were still warming up, but
That's all right.
We can jump in whenever, Mac. We're professionals.
I'll stretch during the show. Go ahead, Ted.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. As he said, I'm Ted. That makes him Damon, coming to you here from the Audiohive Podcasting Studio in Joliet, Illinois. I took a breath in the middle of it. That was too long of a sentence.
Well, you weren't stretched.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared.
Yeah. I wish I would have worn my half shirt today. I don't like stretching during the show, but that's all right.
Like Damon in a half shirt, I've got a rollout.
I like your piercing. Is that a hula hoop? Maybe you could light that on fire and have a poodle jump through it. All right, there we go. I'm like a carny. So, no, that'd be a circus freak, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, with
either
you
way,
involved, sure.
Either way.
I have no idea what we're doing.
So how was your week?
Well, apparently it was brief because Mac shoved us right in here.
We had 7 more minutes of our week, Mac. What happened?
Yeah, we were still planning what's going on. Mac's like, I got to get these guys out of there. Play that theme tune.
Well, you know what it is he's been late on the music so much. He's like, hey, I'm going to show off today. I got this.
I won Quiplash.
Oh,
There used to be at Lunar, but that shut down. So now the open mic is called Jerks at Joe's. It's at Josephine's in Villa Park, Illinois on Tuesdays.
Okay.
Quiplash is at 7:30. Mic starts at 8.
Really?
According to the flyer. Quiplash is 7:50. Mic starts 8:45.
Ish,
right. I went up there. It's run by TJ and Chris.
Okay, yeah.
You know him as Goop in the Quiplash.
Yeah. Now, do they play the Quiplash too, or no? Is it just for the audience?
Well, the first round they played, and the second round they don't play.
Okay.
Guess what round I won?
First round?
The first round.
Nice.
And I murdered them. And they didn't know, it was great. I think TJ knew what name I'd picked, but Chris didn't.
Yeah.
And he's like, who is this guy? Who won? And I'm sitting way in the back, and I pop up, and it was me all along, and I throw my hat off, and I storm up to the front.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
Well, I like when he used to do that online. We'd play on Wednesday nights and do that, and occasionally, well, usually your name was something derogatory towards me, and my name was something derogatory towards you, so he knew who we were.
Well, that was the thing. It's like he goes as Goop on there, and last week I was Punky Goopster, and this week I was Poop backwards. I was Dupe. As in, I was duping him. Yeah. And he didn't get it until I got up there, and he was like, you son of a bitch. We should explain what Quiplash is for people that don't know. It is an online game in the Jackbox game community where you are given a prompt, and you fill out the rest of the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have different rounds, and there's 3 rounds at the end of the round. At the end of the 3 rounds, whoever has the most points wins. And if you get all the vote, and that's how you win, is that other people in the game vote for who had the best joke. And you can have audience members once you fill up the room. So sometimes those can skew the votes. If you get all the votes, it's called a Quiplash. If you get all the votes and the audience votes, it's called a Super Quiplash.
Oh, I've never seen one of those because we don't usually have an audience when we're online.
I got one, and that's what turned the tide.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's got to make you feel. And did you stay quiet during it?
Oh, the whole time I didn't say a word.
Really?
Yeah. Just kept it.
Well, because I know, like occasionally, like I think one time you actually said, you go, I'm out, and then somebody popped back in with the same person you had, but a different name. And I'm like, there's no way he's out. This is him. You know what I mean? And I was just like, and the name was real creative. I don't remember the name, but it was real creative. And I'm like, Ted's not out. Ted's in Iowa in a hotel room. He's got time. You know what I mean? And I was just laughing because I don't think anybody else picked up on it. And then when I saw some of your answers, I'm like, that's Ted. I know who it is. You know, and what's funny is he usually gets my vote, and I usually get his vote because we kind of have the same stupid.
My whole strategy usually in that game is just don't vote for Chris's answer.
Yeah,
and when I do, I get so mad at myself.
Yeah, but he has some good stuff.
Yeah, no, I can't deny it, and I don't hope that he doesn't listen to this because he can do some good stuff, and he's talented, and I hate to have to say that out loud.
Yeah.
I was heckling them because they'd say some stuff, and Chris would say something kind of like fun, like not. He'd say something in the medical field that wasn't really, and I'd be in the back, and he'd be like, "You could tell only one of them's a doctor."
Yeah.
I mean, they knew I was there, but actually, I don't know if Chris knew I was there. TJ did, but Chris hadn't seen me yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you have your hat on? He probably didn't recognize you.
Yeah, I did because it said that checks out. So it was my that checks out hat.
Nice. Which, by the way, we're gonna get those soon. Okay.
Calm down, everyone.
Relax.
Oh, that's a really nice hat. You can't have one.
Yeah. Hey, we have some really nice new cups today too.
We do.
Yeah.
I also sold some shirts this week.
Yes.
Buy shirts.
I did as well. We are running dangerously low, but I will get another order.
Dangerously low in this box.
Yeah. No, that's all I had. That's everything. So that's why I said I'll gladly get some more. They make great Christmas gifts. They really do. So, and I think we should maybe do like what Mac did. Mac said maybe do the hat shirt package. I need to get some hats here and do that. You know?
Hat shirt package. Hats
Yeah.
and shirts for your package. Wait,
Hey.
is that what you meant? Hat and shirts for your package?
Yeah,
No.
for your G.I. Joe guy.
Wait, what?
Little tiny clothes.
I'm gonna need a Ken size.
I would like a long sleeve, please.
It's winter.
I was in the pool. So anyway, I did notice Mac.
In winter. Yes.
Mac?
Oh, hold on. You did say we got new cups. You got new cups.
Oh, we
I will
did,
put
yeah.
them on our group page and Instagram. They are by the Busy Bee Mom Creations. You can reach them at creationsbusybmom@gmail.com. And I'll have all that. I'll tag them.
And we'll put up some pictures
Put
too.
up some
I mean,
pictures.
they're
They're really nice. Someone, if you saw my Instagram post last week, I went to Dunkin' Donuts and bought a coffee. It did not fit in the coffee mug I had, so I just put the whole cup
in the mug. Yeah.
And these fine people said, you can't have that. You have to have actual professional-looking cups, and it fits quite a bit of coffee, and I'm enjoying it, so I thank them very much. It
Yeah.
was a nice surprise this morning.
Yeah, I surprised them with it. They showed up at my house, and I was like, "Hey, guess what?
Yeah, it's better than some of the things he surprised me with.
My half shirt."
Yeah.
But anyway, I noticed Mac put up some
Transform
pictures.
and roll out.
Optimus Prime. So anyway, you put up some pictures of stages. So you were busy this week, huh?
Yeah, I had some gigs.
Gigs. Oh,
That
Oh,
I
you found a new way to say
stagehanded
that. Oh,
stage
you still
hand
said it.
gigs. Oh, okay. Now they're gigs. So people giggle when you do it. Is that what you're saying? They're gigs? What are we doing?
I got the gigs. How did those go? What events was
Who
it?
did you see?
I did Chicago
I bet you did. Okay.
and
All right.
I think I broke him.
All right, Debbie.
He's looking at the sky. His head's in his hand.
I prefer Debbie in Dallas,
and
but
Swan Lake.
that's a
Really?
switch.
Really?
The
Did you wear your leotard?
Ukrainian ballet.
How much?
Really?
What's the difference in requirements on that? Because Chicago looked like
Chicago
they had
took
1,000 things. They
Yeah,
had to put in.
Chicago took 42 hands. Swan Lake took like 8.
Ooh, lots of aloe that day. Okay, gotcha. Is that how you measure stuff? So it's 42 hands.
We're talking about horses.
I was going to say that's how
Yeah.
they measure horses, right?
Yeah.
From the ground up. Yeah. So, but was you get to see the show then, right? Or
Yeah.
are you out front seeing, or are you in back listening?
Chicago, I was side stage.
Okay,
like
all right.
stage left, and then for Swan Lake, I was up by the sound booth.
How they sound? They sound good.
Oh yeah, they're
I
awesome.
mean, I know you did. You helped do the sound. I'm not picking on the sound, but did they sound
No,
like Chicago?
they can sing.
They can still sing.
Yeah.
Nice. I know, like Styx, Tommy Shaw. You know
Yep.
the guys sing.
They were really good. I worked their show once
Yeah,
too.
he can still belt it too. But like one of my favorite bands, and you play it on here, but Motley Crue, not so
Yeah.
much sometimes with the vocals. You know what I mean?
He has a hard time even staying on stage.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yes. If you're going to stage dive, you might want to go back to the old Vince Neil, because I know me personally, if I stage dove, I would probably injure more people. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Everyone would see that immediately, like whoop, and just out of the way.
They parted like the Red
Yeah.
Sea, and I just hit the concrete. That's how it would go.
Yeah,
They might catch me by my hula hoop.
The Moses crew. There.
I'm the Moses of the singing world. So I didn't really have anything happen this week.
That helps.
Yeah, well, because I'm still, laid up. I'm doing the rehab. I'm doing good.
Yeah, and this is weird because we recorded a double last week to get ahead. So and the stuff we're talking about this week, we might have also mentioned previously. But I did eventually end up going to see the Monkees for that second night in a row. So
Yeah.
I went to Milwaukee.
Yes.
Algonquin for Land of the People.
We're not worthy.
Right. And to your on the same topic you guys were talking about, these guys are mid to late 70s.
Yeah,
Still have the same vocal range, and it's amazing.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And then especially because you saw 2 shows in 3 nights?
2 shows in 2 nights.
In 2 nights.
Yeah, back to
So
back.
a lot of guys, especially that, they got to rest their vocals.
Yeah.
Like I'm assuming Chicago, they came and did that show. They probably didn't have a show the next couple days. You know what I mean? Maybe even they do one a weekend or something in different places.
Yeah, I have to
You
imagine
know?
their show is much more
Well, it's much more elaborate to set up.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
elaborate.
Did
Well,
they-
just like their vocals are much more elaborate too.
correct. Hey, did they have a whole orchestra section and everything there too for Chicago?
They had the 4 horn players,
Okay.
who are pretty much all the original members.
Really?
Everybody else is like newer member, but the horn players have been there from start to finish. Yeah,
Wow.
And well, the horn players are also like two of them are the lead singers.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're correct. Yeah.
Don't answer this question real quick. Did Mac, have you seen Jungle Cruise?
No.
The Disney movie? I want to make you feel old because the theme to that is an instrumental version of a Metallica song.
Correct.
That's where we're at, folks.
I watched that last night. First off, it
Oh my
started.
God, I watched it last
So
night.
it came out on Disney Plus. So it was free.
I was like, that same thing.
Yeah, is free, is for me.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a little exercise bike.
Great movie.
I need to I just wanted to didn't want to think about anything.
Yeah.
And then that started playing, and I was like, wait, is this nothing else, man?
So I won't spoil anything, but if you've ever been to Disney and been on the Jungle Cruise ride, you know it's filled with a lot of cheesy
he
jokes.
Uses,
okay,
and they're in there.
What I love is The Rock is actually the Jungle Cruise guide, and he has a way of delivering, and when he delivers and people don't laugh at it, he turns into The Rock, and it's very funny because people. The people that are doing those cheesy lines when you get on the ride at Disney World, when you don't laugh, they're like, oh man, you know what I mean? And then the next thing, oh man, they don't ever turn around and go, hey, I'm working here. Hey, you know what I mean? They love to do that and be like, that was funny. You need to laugh, you know? So,
right.
So it is it's a great movie. It's like 2 hours long.
Yeah, it's like 2:10 if you watch the credits, but
yeah.
I will say it was very much like the Mummy took the Black Pearl down a river cruise, if you know what I mean.
The way it started, I was very confused because it almost started like a Pirates of the Caribbean thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It felt like the Pirates of the Caribbean meet the Mummy.
Yes,
kinda.
yes.
And not in a bad way. It was fine.
No,
I'm glad I didn't pay. I'm paying for Disney Plus, but I'm glad I didn't pay extra for it.
Correct. Yeah,
but it was fine. I enjoyed it.
Well, because if you go, there's four of you. Before you go to the movies, you buy tickets, you buy popcorn, you buy pop, you do whatever. I mean, that's a $60 night, if not more. You know, and
what, you going to the movies in the 80s? That's a $600 night, sir.
Well, you can either go to Arby's and get a sandwich, or you can go to the movies with 4 people.
I prefer to go to Rax if I'm going to movies in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's a Joliet thing. If you're in that area, you got to go there.
There's 6 of them left, I think.
So I guess I did do something this week. I watched that last night.
I just disturbed that we watched it.
No. That's all right. I think a lot of people did because it even took a little while for me to load it. And I'm like, oh, no. It's Disney Plus night. Everybody's going to be like, we're watching the movie. I'm like, oh, no. You know, but no, I was impressed with it. I was really impressed with it. There was even some adult humor in it. And I know there is a lot. Like if you watch Shrek movies or you watch those movies, they do put in jokes for adults that will go over little kids' heads. Yeah. But since I don't have little kids, I got one preteen, but she might as well be a teen. And then I got a 14-year-old, Chuck. And they get the jokes. You know what I mean? So it's not over their head.
Well, my kids apparently, my daughter likes to watch Criminal Minds, and apparently my son likes to watch House.
Really?
And those are not like over the head jokes.
No.
I'll be walking in and they're like, well, we have to find out why their genitals were sawed off. And I'm out. I'm going to go.
Yeah. Hey,
I'll be out here.
You know what? I will
be outside of the house. I don't even want to be in there. That's when Dad closes the door,
right?
And you know,
right?
Oh, there's a problem in there.
Yeah, there's a problem.
We need to unclog that immediately.
Where's Dad? He's in the bathroom with the seat down.
It is an emergency.
But no, I totally get that. The same thing. I'll walk past the room and he'll have the headset on and playing video games. He's real good about not. His language is great because when you're 14,
Truman's the same way. I can hear him downstairs, talking to his like. First of all, like you're talking into a voice amplifying. Now I'm Homer Simpson. Amplifying device. You do not need to scream into it.
Correct. Yeah,
I can hear you downstairs. But to his credit, I've never heard him swear.
No, and here's the deal. I know when he leaves the house in the morning, he's walking with his buddies. I'm sure they're coming out. I get it.
Yeah, we know they've heard everything.
Yeah, I was 14. And here's the deal. I mean, I gave him basically a glossary and index of all that stuff in his hand. I pay for it. He walks around with it and can call me on it. You know what I mean?
In his what?
Yeah, job. So anyway, he has stuff at his fingertips that we didn't have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, literally. You've handed him a come with me, and you'll be in a world of dirty pictures and stuff on your phone.
Of pornography. Yeah, it's like that's.
Trying to keep it clean, sir.
Yeah, but that's the truth. So, because you remember, like when I was younger, which I was younger at one time, believe it or not. But
I knew she didn't say smaller.
I was going to say never smaller.
Yep,
just younger.
Saw it coming back.
Right,
jumped in front of it.
So anyway. You did. Your eyes lit up. I'm like, damn it, he's going to say something.
Yeah,
and you did.
You knew it.
Yeah, you got in front of the train. But anyway, I wish you would, literally.
That's a callback from
the
a long
Coors
time
Light
ago.
train. Yeah. But no, I just laughed because if somebody would tell me something that I didn't know, it's not like I would go home and ask my parent, what does this mean?
Yeah.
You would just like fake like you knew what it is,
Yeah.
and hopefully someday it would come out.
You're
Now-
like, haha, I've done that. I hope that's a good way to say that. What did I just admit to?
Yeah. But nowadays they just go, they just Google it and look it up and like, oh, no, that's
No,
not
I have not done
that's
that.
not for me, and I'm not going to do that.
I've actually never been in Cleveland.
Must be really hot there. Humid,
Yeah.
they say.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, very weird. Very weird. Lots of trains, old trains. Are we getting where we're going here, folks?
Yeah. Hey Siri. No, don't. Don't. Stop. Don't even do it.
Yeah. That is good. Hey, did Google get you on the last one in the car, Mac, or you were not listening in the car last time?
No, it hasn't gotten me since.
Yeah,
that
do we
first
need-
time.
That was a live one.
Yeah,
No,
it was. No. Do we need to start calling it the Google?
Yeah.
Did the Google get you?
So that's I don't know if you've ever been around Nicole when her phone talks, but I call it Nigel. She has the British guy on, and so it's so annoying.
Does that make you feel insecure?
No, it makes me feel angry because when I'm getting directions from some guy that doesn't sound like he's ever driven where I've gone.
Is it good British? Or is it, take a left here, love?
You want like a drunk Irishman,
You want some right rust up ahead? I believe they have different accents over there. Can you pick a better one? I don't want to be like,
Hey, man. Hey, turn left
Nope.
here, man. No.
Nope.
I got a parrot on mine. No?
Nope.
No? Okay. That's a callback, too.
Yeah, we
Meh, meh.
we didn't need to call that back. But no, is it just GPS? Is that what she has?
Well, no, it will, if it, no, here's the deal. It talks. Like if she says, tell me my text, it'll talk. So one day, she's in the shower. I'm going to tell the story. She's in the shower. She's got the phone in there because, she can't go 4 feet from her phone.
Yeah.
So I text her, okay? And I said, I bet you're putting soap on your body or something like that right now. And I said, me and the kids are outside the bathroom door with our ears against the door. And she's like,
And I'm out.
yeah, she's like, Siri, play my message. And then we're all laughing, and moving away. She's like, why did you say that? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just funny.
I didn't.
said,
Nigel did.
I said, it's just funny to hear like that. And she goes, were you outside the door? I'm like, just me and the kids. You know what I mean?
And the neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your parents were downstairs. It's fine.
Yeah. You didn't see the camera coming over the curtain? I was videoing the whole thing.
If it was you, you're like, you probably want to watch that, but again. If your wife wants to send me a phonetic alphabet, I will record my voice.
Yes.
She can put it on your phone.
Is that how that works?
And that'd be hilarious. Yeah, I think there's keywords they say, and then like they do phonetic stuff and put it together.
Yeah, because only the one time when we were in that Lyft or Uber together did I ever hear somebody's own voice doing that, and that was the creepiest thing.
I'm sure that she had key phrases that she recorded.
Yeah, well, because honestly, it's what turn left, turn right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's all she had to say. But then she was like, "Oh, praise Jesus! This is where you want to turn left, baby. You can do it. This is your day. Right turn ahead."
For real?
Oh, yeah.
it was
Hey,
because her mouth wasn't
hey,
moving. I'm
Mac?
like, I hear her voice.
Mac, go back to when the podcast started. Back when
Yeah.
you weren't listening, never.
Yeah,
Kind of like today.
yeah.
We talked about this. Yes, she.
No, I remember.
Yeah,
you talking
no,
about, I
it was not a
remember
lie.
All the
She-
extras.
Yeah, it was like motivational statements and the turns.
Yeah, she talked herself up like
In 3.5 miles, you will be magnificent and turn left. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing.
yeah. But what's weird is
Yeah, the thing is that we heard her voice, but she
through
was,
the speakers,
Right.
Because we're in the back seat, so it's coming from
She's got,
behind
like,
us.
in her Bluetooth.
Yes.
and her mouth is not moving. And we're like, wait,
Yeah.
What?
what
Yeah,
is
we did the
happening?
wait, what?
Yeah, wait, what?
Yeah.
It was, and it must have been.
Hey.
It must have been bat poop for Carly because he was in the front seat.
Carly was in the front, and it had to have been terrible for him because I know he probably looked over and was like, is she a ventriloquist? What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I mean,
we all got out of the car and we said thank you, and then we all looked at each other and just broke down laughing so hard. It was like,
one of those. Was that like a hallucination we all experienced?
yeah, because we all picked up on it.
Yeah.
But see, now me and Ted were back, so when we heard it, we just kind of looked at each other like, this is happening right now.
Yeah.
And then we waited, and then we heard it again. We're like, okay, that's legit.
We
Carly
also
probably had no clue.
We also, and I say we loosely because this was Carly took the lead on this. We also told her that during graduation in our hometown, that at least one person was picked out to be mauled by dogs
By dogs. Yeah.
during every graduation.
There was a random dog mauling at most graduations.
Yes, and the year we graduated, it was the mother of someone who had died that year, so it was doubly sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this woman believed it.
She's like,
That
oh no.
yeah, that this
You know?
oh no, that this happened yearly in a town 45 miles from where she was driving, and
like,
she had never heard of it.
Of like 5,000 people. So you got to figure, you got
think that would hit the news once.
You got a 1 in 5,000 chance of getting mauled. So.
Oh no! Why do they let that happen?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
turn left up ahead. Like I don't get it.
Yeah, she never talked at the same time.
I don't have the voice thing on mine. I don't do it. And I was with Comedy Brian. He's like, "Does this thing talk out loud?" I'm like, "Yeah, it does." I don't need to know where I'm going every like quarter mile.
Correct.
Like, I just look down and be like, "Oh, in 5 miles, turn left." In 5 miles, I'm going to turn left. I don't need to know from 4 miles and 3 miles and 2.5 miles and 1 mile and a half mile and quarter mile. Right now, turn left. You missed it. Turn around.
Yeah. Or I love when you're on the highway and it says keep left. Because the sign says 355 and there's the arrow. I want to be on that. I'm not going to take the exit here just for the fun of it.
Yeah, I don't want to get too much because I'll talk about it because it goes about what we did this week. But Mike Toomey did a bit about it, about how it's like, stay straight. Yeah. No, really? I needed a direction to say, because I get that. But going back to when you said about the voice and how they do it, did you ever see that Mike Birbiglia gig where he was like, when they call and it was like, Mike, never mind. And they like hang up because they can't, because they can't figure it out. But no, I forgot. I went to the Comedy Vault. It's a new comedy venue in Batavia, Illinois.
2 nights out this week. Nice.
Yeah, it was recording. Mike Toomey was doing an album recording or some kind of recording. I don't know what recording was for, but it was being recorded. Mm-hmm. Our good friend Jimmy Flanagan was the feature.
Nice.
Doing a little favor for Mike Toomey, like stepping down into the
feature role.
Yeah, into a feature role for that because we know Jim is a headliner. But it was a great time. It was I was invited out by the Zanies crew. They were kind of checking out because it was like that was the people that used to work out there when I worked, at Zanies, and that one shut down, so a lot of them moved out to the other Zanies, and they were going to come back and see, hey, is comedy still happening out here? They just wanted to see what,
Yeah, they were intrigued.
Yeah, see how it's done. And one of the people that used to work with us is the guy that's managing it. So he invited us out, say, hey, come on out, give me your thoughts, give me your feedback. It was a nice time.
Oh, it's kind of cool.
I was honored to be
included in that.
Now, Comedy Brian was supposed to go and didn't show up, and when he didn't show up, the first 10 minutes was, oh, where's Brian? Is Brian coming? Have you seen Brian? When's the last time you talked to Brian? I noticed Brian's not with you. I'm like, do I need to leave? Like, am I supposed to sit on?
Was I his plus one?
Yeah, was I supposed to sit on Brian? Like, is there a seat for me? Like,
you're calling Mac. You're like, I need a Brian here. Stat.
And then they called Brian. Brian, Ted's here. We noticed you're not. We don't want him.
So they spent 20 minutes asking him. So Ted's here.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about that?
Do you know why aren't you?
Do you know why Ted's here?
And then he texted me and he's like, yeah, I just didn't feel like coming. Good luck with that. Thanks, Comedy Brian.
Hey, that made me laugh. That was funny.
Yeah, because it was uncomfortable for me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you're sitting there. You're like, so what did he say? He sends his regards.
Yeah.
He said, hey to everybody, and especially you, guy. All right, you with the hair on your head. He said that about you.
So I've seen Flanagan a few times because that was the day I talked to him, and he sent his well wishes to you.
Yeah,
because he wanted to make sure you were better,
which was very nice.
And I saw him that night.
Yeah, because we had limited time together.
Yeah, he was legitimately concerned about your well being. I mean, he's a good guy. And then I saw him that night, and I forgot that was the same night. I saw him later that night, and I was like, yeah, I guess we just could have had that conversation in person. Weird. And then he was at the open mic where I don't know if I mentioned this, where I won Quiplash. And when he walked in,
really?
And I was slightly busting his balls, but I big respect to this guy. But he walked in. Everyone else walked in and was like, "Hey, how you doing? What's up? What's going on?" No one came over to me because I am literally no one in that field. No one knows who I am, except for like a couple of people. Flanagan walks in. Everyone and he sat back in the back booth because he was like one of the last people that showed up.
Yeah.
Everyone circled by and was like, Jim, how's up? What's going on? And I was like, and I texted him while he's talking to people. So I'm like in the same room. I'm like, hey, do they kiss your ring now? Or are we still not doing that because of COVID? And he's like, wrote back, he's like, don't be jelly, Ted. And I'm like, Jim, every time I walk, I'm jelly. So I don't see what the problem is.
I am made of jelly.
I was busting his balls a little bit, but that's, I don't know if he likes it, but that's got to be super cool for you walk in and all these,
mad respect.
Yeah. All these, cool cats are like, hey, Flanagan's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's hysterical.
Oh yeah, and he's super. It doesn't go to his head. He's super laid back.
No, and that's why.
That was the thing. I told him on the night of the show, the Toomey show. I walked up. I'm like, Jim, I have heard 85% of what you did up here. Mm-hmm. I still, from start to finish, was choking to death on laughter because he changes it up. He does it different. He's constantly working. I think that's what people don't understand. Like, yeah, they're not right. You're not writing new stuff every day, but you're rewriting the stuff you've done.
Yeah,
and you're working it to the crowd you're at, and he's a master at it.
What's that old Mitch Hedberg joke? I wrote a script and they said I needed to rewrite it, so I made him a copy. He was great too, but no. So anything else this week, Mac? Did you do anything besides doing the stage thing?
He tried to get people to come work at Guitar Center.
What do you got up here on the screen?
It's just real angry looking.
Yeah, it's for some reason on the Joliet News Facebook.
Oh, well, you were looking at the Chicago thing a little while ago with your
did you actually?
Oh, yeah. You mentioned they probably only do like one a week.
Yeah.
No, they hit it hard.
They're doing pretty.
No, if you go back to that, Mac, it was like a couple shows and a break, then a couple shows and a break.
I got to think, because when you're pushing your
They were
vocals
doing
like
2 or
that,
3 nights, but only like a night off, really.
really,
Yeah.
wow, that's pretty good.
Mac was trying to get people to come work at the GC
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then most of us just went on that post.
I
and
just
crapped on
decided
it.
I'm going to work there less, and then it won't bother me as much that I don't have any.
I
You
don't
guys
want to be
are-
the only
you guys,
sales
you know,
guy.
you guys are so short-handed. I'm going to need some more time off because I just can't work like this.
These conditions are just.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of do 3 in a row and then take a day off, and then 3
Yeah.
in a row and take a day off.
Do
That's still a lot.
Do you guys pick up during Christmas? Is that like a
Oh, yeah.
Christmas? So
We get all the BFOs.
what's that?
Buy for others.
That's
Yeah,
what
they
it's
come in.
called?
They don't.
That's what we
they,
regard.
They really don't know what they want. They don't know what they're talking about.
They're just there to buy for somebody
yeah.
else, and they're confused.
My
And-
son's really into this. You think he'd like it? No, that's trash. Well, I don't want to spend anymore. Well, that's too bad.
My son loves the Monkees. He went to 2 shows last week. He wants a tambourine.
Now I'll find out who like this year's big EDM producer is that all the kids want to be.
Oh, really?
It was like Marshmello a couple years ago. Parents,
Is that a real guy?
They all have this look on their face. They're like, he likes like marshmallow, and then they kind of sneer like that.
Really? And so then
And
they
did you
start
make
buying.
them, did you make them happier?
And
Mac?
then try.
So then do they? Yeah. So then do they buy equipment like based on that?
Yeah,
Really?
based off of what
So
I
I
tell
assume
them,
your sales are really good in December
he's
and
like-
absolutely trash in January
He's like-
because you take all that stuff back.
Well, yeah, I was
Is
gonna
it no returns? Is it all sales final?
Oh no, there's definitely returns, and they do happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. So you ever sell somebody 2 turntables and a microphone, or
Yeah,
nice? Because that's where it's
absolutely.
at. That's good. That's really good. That's a good
Yeah,
callback.
I mean,
too.
not anymore.
No, yeah, no, not anymore.
Like not since like 2010.
I'm so 2000 and late. I get it.
Wow.
Yeah, but what? Why
Wow.
does this stuff I say that I don't find humorous at all crack you up? And then I say something hysterical, and you're looking at me like, okay, when's the funny come, fat guy? You know?
I think that was more a pity.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
that was the only reference you had?
Yeah,
Cool.
I was like, wow, that was the worst dad joke we heard today. Okay.
Cool.
Hey, so can I tell you something I saw on TV that really disturbed me? It was
was it a closed circuit camera?
no.
That guy is hideous. That's you, sir.
First off, that guy's lazy, and he needs to get the Cheeto dust off his shirt.
That guy needs a full shirt. And then he can put Cheeto dust on that.
He doesn't even like that dog. Why is he trying to get him to go through the hula hoop?
Why is he putting peanut butter there? Turn it off. Turn it off. And I'm out. All right. So what did you see disturbing on TV?
So I was watching, you know how Chuck Norris used to do the Total Gym? I think it was him and Christy Brinkley or whatever it was, right?
Right.
I got one
Okay.
of those.
Do you have one?
It's in my garage.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah, you're looking pretty buff. So anyway, the Total Gym, there's no more Chuck Norris, okay? They have
Is he
this.
still alive?
He's
Yeah.
got to be.
Okay, he
Yeah.
scared me there for a
He's
second.
going to
Yeah.
outlive the earth, you know?
Yeah, I think he's in his 80s. His hair is like maybe 20 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. But so there's no Chuck Norris in the commercials. They got some dude doing it. And he's you can tell he's in a very large house, but he's in a completely empty room. So you're thinking, oh, the room's just empty, you know, and he's got this thing in the middle of it, looking out the patio doors at a wonderful view. So it's probably somewhere in Beverly Hills or something else. They rented a house, right? They didn't put any furniture in the house and stage the house. So when they changed the camera angle, there's this huge, you know, that if it was in our area, it's probably a $1 or $2 million house. It's huge, okay? And there's no furniture in it.
Actually, that's sadly more common than you think.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but it's very
But
weird
for a commercial, they should have staged it.
You didn't stage it, okay? And you all you had to stage was the first floor. So then, towards the end of the commercial, okay, he's walking up the stairs behind his daughter, picks his daughter up like he's taking her to her bedroom. I got to think there's no furniture
Wait,
upstairs
who is
either.
this now?
It's some guy.
Oh,
I don't whatever the actor is.
Wait,
right?
we can't say it, or it's actually some guy?
Yeah, it's really some guy. I don't know his name. But there's no furniture. But how do you have a family upstairs when you have no furniture downstairs? What are they sleeping on?
Well, if if he had taken her downstairs, like to the basement, I'd be more concerned.
Correct. We only have a crawl space.
Yeah.
That's even creepier.
That's fine.
Yeah. But
we're running a room then.
But then when he was done, he folds it up to conserve space. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
You've got nothing but space.
You could put 100 of these in here.
Yeah. Why don't you go put on your rollerblades and get some cardio on your first floor? You know what I mean? It was
That'd be
ridiculous.
great if you filled it up to conserve space and then magically a couch showed up and they slid it underneath it.
So what they did stage, because what got shown most of the time, so they have like a wet bar in the corner, like before you go outside.
Yeah.
And there's a little corner bench seat that's built underneath the windows. Well, that has cushions on it. I'm sure those were there. But they threw some throw pillows on there, put a plant next to that, and like a couple cups on the counter, like, hey, it's staged. And then when they spin the camera the other way, you got this empty front door, empty room, empty stairs.
You know what's great is the set designer was like, okay, cool. The director tells the camera operator to start panning. Wait, you didn't tell me more than the corner. No.
That wasn't in the budget. Yeah. You see the same pillows just set on the floor. Right. But I'm really looking. I'm like,
now they're hanging from the plant like it's a Christmas tree.
Yeah, well, but they should come to somebody's house like mine where I have all the furniture in the room.
Yeah, where you can show that it's not like intrusive.
Yeah, you're showing me. You're like, look I can use this in the middle of my room, and then I fold it up, and it's out of the way. And instead, you're in this huge, borderline mansion, and you're like, I got to close this up for more room. No, you don't, Chachi. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, you don't.
Yeah.
Hey,
do we have any foreclosures we can go record in? Preferably with maybe a bench seat.
They shoot up and there's water damage. There's all kinds of drywall falling. It's like, well, we swept the floor. Don't shoot the ceiling.
If you're going to do that, why not just do it in the studio, like an empty studio?
Correct.
Where you just have walls and you can control everything.
Well, because
now it seems like you got to work around the light.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
You know what? Go to the soundstage they did Seinfeld and just put it in his apartment.
Yeah.
And be like, look at this.
I mean, they still have it because Curb Your Enthusiasm made that episode.
Correct.
So.
There's room for your table. There's room for your phone over here, the old phone.
Right.
There's room for your couch. And look what I'm doing. It's like, it was so amazing. And that's what got me at the end was when he folded it up to be like, look at this for easy storage. Dude, first off, it's still smack dab in the middle of your patio door.
Right.
No one does that.
Also, you could park a jumbo jet in here.
Right.
How much storage do you need?
John Travolta lands in the backyard. Hey, you got room in there?
Harrison Ford crashes in the backyard.
Hey, man, that was pretty amazing. You know
Which
what I mean?
time?
Yeah, correct. That guy.
And we let him fly a space vehicle?
Listen,
that's crazy.
I've learned what it feels like kind of to be a miracle. That guy is amazing.
The hell's an aluminum Falcon?
That sounds recyclable. You got some guy out there trying to crush it.
Just a giant, like
the big. Yeah. He's got it. He pushes it in the garage and he puts it in a little thing, and he's doing it one inch at a time.
You know what? I forgot. I'm sad. We should put this at the front. We need to have a moment of silence because our boy Scotty Bax had a sad week.
Yeah.
Dean Stockwell died this week.
Yeah.
I guess that's really going to hurt that Quantum Leap redo they were thinking about it.
You know what though? I'm okay without that. They should. They could have John Stamos play that part.
He was a hologram anyway.
I was just going to say, right? He was AI anyway. So
yeah. They still take Tupac to concerts, so I'm sure they could find out a way to do a hologram. You know what I mean? They could do it.
Yeah, if you're going to spend that money, do it on something right.
Well, you remember when they did Toy Story 4, Don Rickles had passed.
They just scooped
They scooped all his
cutting room floor stuff.
Cutting room floor, and even like the way he said a word in a previous movie, they pulled that and they cut it all together and made him still be Potato Head was him.
Yeah, right? Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah. So that was amazing.
Because it was I think George's mom was the one that was Mrs. Potato Head. I can't think of her name. Like George from Seinfeld. I'm reading your Seinfeld shirt.
Costanza.
Estelle.
Yeah, Adele.
Adele. Hello, potato you're looking for.
Look at that fro.
Yeah, he was in.
That was him from
he was in 2 episodes of Columbo. He was in the Thin Man series. That's a movie from the 30s.
He looks like he was a very well-versed gentleman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was.
No,
I don't know what that is.
He looks distinguished.
Dune, maybe?
That's
maybe
the word.
He was in Dune?
That's the word I'm looking for. Distinguished. He looks very distinguished. So
he looks like he was fond of the poo sticks too.
Yeah, I've never. Yeah,
smoking the cigar.
A lot of stogies in these pictures. So how old was he?
Don't know.
70? No, his TV career spanned more than 70 years, so he had to be
80 something. 85.
Okay. Wow. Hey, that's a good.
Mac has 1,000 things on the screen. I got to look for 2 tiny numbers in the parenthetical. 85. 85 pairs.
Mac, how old was he? So Chicago plays on Wednesday in Boise.
Do that.
And if you call WCKT, you might be able to get free tickets.
Hey, so we've been watching a show too called The History of the Sitcom. I don't know if you've ever seen this. It's very cool because it goes through different eras and it spends a lot of time.
It sounds familiar. What is that on?
I don't think it's like A&E, but it's like probably
Wait,
like.
did you see this in the hospital?
No.
That sounds like a hospital channel.
Yeah, no, I saw no A&E in the hospital, which was weird. No DIY.
They have Discovery.
Yeah, they have Discovery.
They don't like have a Food Network. They have like Channel Food, and you're like, wait, that's not the same.
Yeah. Well, what's weird is they don't have Food Network because what they bring you to your room, you'd be like, I want that. I want that. This. No.
I hated when in the hospital because I have the beatus. They would always put me on like the low sugar and diet, and I'd call down and be like, can I have some real food? No, dude, they cut you off. So I'd have people sneak me in food.
Yeah, well, that's what I did too. But so when you're on the rehab floor, and that's the only part I really remember, I was the youngest one at 45. Okay, and that's just, people have slips, trips, falls. They're in there getting help, right?
Nobody likes a braggart.
Yeah, but I was the young one. Well, I got put on a healthy heart diet as well.
Oh, yeah, Jello and cottage cheese.
This is a true story though. I called down, and first off, I didn't like any of the food. And I was eating my RX bars in the morning and getting jacked up to go do my therapy and stuff. And that's what I was doing. Set up.
Thank you.
Anyway.
I
saw you lean in. I saw you lean in.
Wanted clarification.
Yeah. So anyway, Mac was not there. So anyway, no stages.
Hey-o. All right.
He's not even paying attention. Look at him.
It's fine.
No, he's not. Now he's shaking his head. He's like, yeah, I picked
we
up
do
on
some
that.
of our best work when he's not paying attention.
Yeah. You missed. I wasted the good surprise on you.
Tony Danza.
Oh.
Why is that on here?
Why is that on there?
I was late though.
There we go. All right. Anyway, so that you...
Yeah. So
heart health. What was it called?
Heart healthy diet. So anyway, I'm trying the food. I don't really care for it. So I'm not really eating it. Then they're accusing me of not eating. And I'm like, well, first off, look at me. I don't not eat. Okay.
I think I can make it.
Yeah. Let me tell you what's not an option in my world.
Yeah.
Not eating.
You know what, buddy? I think I can make another 3-4 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before you'll even notice.
Right now I'm living on stores.
Yeah.
I'm all good. It's storage.
This was my typical hibernation time.
Right.
So.
But so anyway, one night I said I wanted a quesadilla. I said, you know what? Here's the deal. Give me every night for dinner. I'll take a grilled chicken quesadilla because I thought there's no way that this is going to be bad.
You should have asked for a quesadilla.
Yeah. So anyway, I order it. I don't know how something can be dry and soggy at the same time, but it is. Okay. And I'm like,
I have so many comments.
Correct.
Moving on.
So anyway, G.I. Joe guy. So anyway, what I do is, I knew you had comments. So I said, I do that 2 nights in a row. And I'm like, no, then the second night, Nicole brought me dinner. She come in and I'm like, okay, I'm not eating this. So I have to find something else. So one of the nurses said, when I forget my lunch, I get the grilled chicken sandwich. I'm like, you can't mess up a grilled chicken breast on a bun. Okay.
Oh, but you can.
No. So here's what I said. I called down there and I said, I want to change my standing dinner order to, I take the quesadilla off. And I said, I'm just quesadilla out. It was too much. No, it wasn't. It was not good. You know,
it was too much soggy where it should have been dry, and too much dry where it should have been soggy.
Right. Yeah. So I said, can I get a piece of lettuce or some lettuce, tomato on the side, and mayo on the side?
Oh, I wish you would have done it like, can I get a nice slice of tomato?
Yeah.
One of the nice thick tomato slices.
That's
I know
all.
why the old dudes can't just say, yeah, can I have a slice of tomato? It's like, yeah, give me one of them slice of tomatoes.
Yeah.
All right.
So they send it up. And I open the bun to put the stuff on. Well, first off, it's a normal size bun. Okay, the chicken breast is.
Was it a where's the beef situation?
It kind of, because it's about 66% of it's chicken and the rest of it's bun. Okay, and I'm like, okay. Now here's the thing. That was like I still had like 3 or 4 nights left. So progressively, the chicken shrunk every night to where the last night I had the sandwich, I actually pulled half the bun off and ate the chicken on half. You know what I mean? Half a
maybe
bun.
they just had one breast and they're like, this dude still isn't checked out yet.
Still ordering the same thing.
Just slice more off.
Does he know we use the rest of it on his quesadillas?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
we only had one chicken this week, and this guy's eating all of it.
So 2 nights left in the room, and I called down and I said, you know what would be good on that tonight? I said, could you send up some pickle slices too? Right?
This
And
guy, Mac.
Hey.
Mac, this guy ordering from a hospital cafeteria like he's at Cat's Diner.
So get this. This is what I'm told. Straight to my face over
Oh,
the phone.
you can't have pickles on the heart healthy diet.
You cannot. You cannot have pickles. Now, my name. Every salad I got had a huge cucumber on it, which is pre-pickle. Okay, that's pre-pickle, and it's larger.
You can't have the dill and vinegar, sir.
Correct. And I was like, so I said, I'm sorry. She said, you can't have pickles. And I go, so I literally said, I can't have them as in like I'm not allowed.
You don't have them?
Or I can't have them as in you don't have them. She goes, no, we have them. You can't have them, sir. And I was like, oh, okay.
Did you order, can I have a cucumber and some vinegar?
So
And maybe 8 weeks?
how long am I going to be in here? We should have started this day one when I showed up, okay?
Yeah. Don't read into this, but I need a cucumber.
Yeah.
I need some dill seasoning, and I need some white vinegar.
Yeah. And you get
Yeah, that seems fine. No problem.
Yeah.
We'll get that right up to you, sir. You get it, and the vinegar's dry, and the dill is soggy, and you're like, wait, how is this even possible? How is seasoning soggy?
You walked from the kitchen.
How do you get dry vinegar?
Well, the first night they said it'll be there around 5:30. Well, I know better.
Yeah, which day?
Yeah, so
AM?
It gets to be 6 o'clock, and I call down there and I go, hey, and she goes, oh no, we sent it out. We sent it out at 5:13. Okay, so if it's 47 minutes on a tray being pushed through hallways.
How big is this facility?
Right, and I'm just like, okay, cool. So when it shows up and I open it, I'm not surprised that it's both dry and soggy. So there was no surprise that day.
Yeah.
But the next day when it actually showed up on time, I was like, oh, it seems to be in the recipe. It's like their secret sauce.
Yeah, it wasn't some sort of chemical reaction on the way here. It's just how it is.
It was not time that involved.
Yeah, I mean, time plus distance did make tragedy for you there. But.
So when I got home, the first thing I did is I went in the fridge, I opened the pickle jar, and I took one, and I go, guess what? No more pickle restriction.
No, you should have been like, hey, Nicole, I want you to watch just in case I die. Come down here. Come, quick. What is it? I'm going to eat this pickle. I need you to pay attention.
Yeah, I've made it this
real
far.
Slow. Just real slow, eat that pickle.
Yeah, I've made it this far. I don't want to lose it right now in the kitchen. You know what I mean? I could.
Why are you eating it that way?
Yeah.
I have to be careful.
Yeah. Listen, you don't go willy-nilly.
But why do you keep bringing it back out of your mouth? I have to be careful.
I'm sizing it up for the way out. I want to make sure it's going to fit. I broke Ted. But so to be in the hospital, to be in the hospital for rehabilitation therapy and be in a pickle restriction is like that's going on my resume from now on.
I'm telling you, I don't want to have as much hospital experience as I do.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, when they're like, oh yeah, we put you on this diet, and they give you a little book, and you're like, okay, I can't have that. I get to the back page, and it's like 6 things on the bottom corner, and you're like,
yeah, well, don't order pickles with it because if it's heart healthy, you ain't getting them.
No, mine was Petus, and I don't remember what it was, but I was like, cool. But so that's like you can't have a lot of carb, like a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, cool. So when I flip out and murder someone, can I use I was on the diabetes diet in the hospital?
That's the old defense. Keto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, he's been on keto for how long? Ooh, you know what? That's justifiable. That is justifiable. So, but no, I found that odd, and that just popped in my head when we were talking. Because
what popped in my head when we were talking about that, you were talking about, I was like, made fun of the not having the Food Network. And this is a total tangent, but it's Food Network related. I usually don't like Bobby Flay, but I have to respect that man because he walked into the Food Network executives and said, hey, I just want to be paid as much as that guy. And that guy was Guy Fieri, who his name was actually Guy Fieri. Let's not get into it. And they were like, no. And Bobby Flay was like, all right, I got to go. Like, because if you told me that, Guy was making more than me and I'd been here for, he was there for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Carried that network when it was nothing. And then they're like, oh, yeah, no, we're giving it to the weird spiky haired dude that just does shows with like 3 letters.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have been like, yeah, nope, I'm out too.
So I went to one of the places, and I won't say the name that he went for the diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yeah.
Okay, I went somewhere.
I've been to a couple.
Yeah.
Couple 2 tree.
So I went to a place he went, and I asked because they had an autographed picture on the wall, and the person that was waiting on us actually like I don't know if they were on the show, but they were there the day of recording, right? And I said, was it cool? And she said, no. She says, here's the deal. She says, you can't talk to the guy. She goes, you cannot walk up and say, hey, it's nice to meet you. You're not allowed to talk to him. He starts talking when the camera rolls, and then he leaves. And I'm like, are you kidding? This guy literally and figuratively, right? Yeah. I see you lean in.
Some guy.
Yeah.
No, this guy.
Yeah, this guy. He is so big in his own. He's a legend in his own mind. To where, don't talk to me. I'm here to do a job, and then I'm leaving. And it's like, so I have no respect.
I don't think we ever will, but I never want to get to that point where you forget the people that got you there.
Correct. Well, yeah, we never
I will tell you that. That's I said I don't think I'll ever experience that, so I can't say if I will do it or not.
Yeah.
I will tell you that he opened a restaurant in Branson, so we spent some Branson money there.
Gotcha.
And regretted it immensely.
Really?
It was just overpriced for what you get.
Correct.
I was like, oh, so this is just basically like an Applebee's that I'm paying 3 times for.
Yeah.
Ooh. And not even like a good Applebee's. Like one of those on the wrong side of town Applebee's. You're like, well, I guess Applebee's.
Crapplebee's.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and that's the whole thing is it's like you go in there, you want to see signature dishes, you want to see this, and it's like, okay, well, I can get this anywhere else. And then you look at the prices.
Well, that's the thing is like you open it and you're like, and everything comes with donkey sauce, which I don't know, some sort of like souped up mayonnaise. And I want to call the man and be like, you are a grown ass man.
Yeah.
Just give me a tasty sauce. It doesn't have to be called like, jackass sauce or mule ball sauce. It just you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like your claim to fame is saying that you're the mayor of Flavortown and your top sauce is donkey sauce.
Yeah, and you look like
that sounds like something you would get in Tijuana, and I don't want it on my sandwich.
And he looks like he's wearing one of them visors.
Not Google it. Yeah, he does look like a dude that would wear a backwards, upside down visor every day.
Well, because he's got the hair, because they sell them visors with the hair, and I'm like, he looks like he's wearing one of those without the visor.
Well, that's what they would do when they did him on SNL. I think they would just put one of those visors on the guy that did that.
And make him deaf here.
Yeah,
but like I said, so not that I like the guy and I like watching the show before that, but then once I heard that, I was like, well, that's really kind of ignorant because you're a big deal and you're going it's a small town,
right?
And you're going somewhere like that, and everybody's probably excited you're there, but they're not allowed to like associate with you.
I guess that's the thing, right? I mean, sure, people probably come up to him everywhere and you're like, oh, I'm tired of that, but like this is making someone's day, month, year. Like they don't get to see someone of this caliber all the time. So like, yeah. I get it that you don't want to be inundated all the time, but you come to their place.
Yeah.
You've shut down the rest. I know that's how they do it. They shut down the restaurant. They bring in friends and family for the crowd shots, for the people eating there. It's not like they open it up for the regular business because that would be a zoo.
Oh, they would all get up and want to go over and talk to him too. They'd never get a shot done. Right. Yeah.
And again, if he's busy, if they're trying to set up shots and everything, that's fine. But if it's literally some downtime, just be like, hey, let's have a, even if it was just like a Q&A where he keeps people distance from people would be something.
Look, if you're like Howie Mandel's a germaphobe, he doesn't want to shake your hand, he doesn't, and I get that. So if you're that way, first off, you're working with food. That's probably not the right time to be a germaphobe. But if you're that way, then that's fine. But you can still, like you said, you can have a conversation.
Yeah,
you can acknowledge somebody.
I mean, there's a bit. I don't know if you know this in restaurants. There's usually a big open room. And seating, you got to be able to seat and just like, hey, have a conversation, throw out some questions. And even if it's the same questions from every restaurant every time because people are people are people.
Yeah.
Then you really don't have to think about it. You already have your answers.
But you alienated the whole crew that works there. You alienated them. You know what I mean? So except for the owner or the chef or whoever you're talking to, that when you were saying that about how people get asked it all the time. So I don't know if I ever said it on here. I met Tony Stewart, right? The NASCAR driver. Used to drive the number 20
in a P line.
Well, I met him there, but we went. A buddy of mine owns a racetrack in Indiana, and they tipped us off that Tony's dad was going to be racing like the midget cars. Okay, he was going to be racing, and those are dangerous, but they race around the dirt track.
I have a feeling that his buddy owns a go-kart track.
Yeah,
they really talked it up.
Yeah, just short people drive the cars, so that's how it goes. But anyway, we go out there, and Tony is crew chiefing for his dad.
That will remain a mystery. Where is did you change it again?
Huh?
You keep changing the board.
I swear that was Tony Danza last time I hit it. Anyway, whatever.
Okay. So anyway, we get out there and we're at the thing and we're watching. So we go down to the pits because the pits are not restricted. You walk around. Yeah. So we walk over. Everybody is around. I think his dad's name was Nelson, but everybody's around this pit for his car. And Tony's in the trailer and Tony's wrenching on the car. Okay. So here's this, like winning NASCAR driver. Okay. Oh, you put the board up. Here's this winning NASCAR driver that is wrenching on his dad's car, and everybody's bugging him for like an autograph. Now, here's stupid me. I got on my Home Depot polo, Home Depot Racing, right? And then I have a crew chief shirt under my arm and a marker in my pocket because I want him to sign something too.
Right.
Well, he's getting pissed. And because he's there for his dad. He's not there to be Tony Stewart the racer. He's there to be the son who's wrenching on his dad's car.
He's there to be little Anthony.
Right. So anyway, he walks up in the trailer, and I'm standing by. It's got the door that comes down, in the back. So he walks up the door and goes in the trailer. So I'm standing by the door. I don't say nothing. He walks out. He literally stands right next to me. Like he stops. He's looking around. And I just looked at him. I go, how you doing, Tony? Like that. He goes, good. And I said, this thing going to run? He goes, yeah. He says, he'll be real competitive tonight. He was real nice. And he could see I had a shirt under my arm. I wasn't about to. But I looked at him. I had a huge, like you said, sometimes you change people's life. I had a huge Tony Stewart. I mean, and I was a big fan, but I had a huge Tony Stewart fan with me that took a picture of him climbing the fence at Homestead when he won his first points championship. And it's a picture that only he had on his camera.
Yeah.
So it was very cool. He's climbing the fence. He's right in front of him. Mike had great seats. And Mike had the picture framed and wanted to give it to Tony. So I said, hey, I know you're not the driver tonight. And I said, and I pointed under my arm. I said, I'm not going to ask. I said, but I have a buddy here who has something he wanted to give you. Would that be possible? And he said, sure. So I call Mike over because he's like hiding because he's like, oh my God. I call him over. I introduce him. They're talking and shake hands. And he shows him and he says, and he goes, is that from Homestead? Tony said, and he goes, yeah. And he goes, I took it when you climbed the fence. And he's like, oh, that's really cool. He goes, I want you to have it. And he goes, okay. He goes, hey, he goes, brings out a pen or a marker or whatever, and he hands it to him, which I had one in my pocket, but I wasn't going to,
right.
I didn't know what he's going to get. And he says, write your name and address and everything on the back of there. He goes, and I'll take it. Thank you. And so he sent him an autographed helmet.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And again, it was not,
right. It wasn't
the goal.
Done.
That wasn't the intention. But what I'm saying is that little 2-minute interaction, you know what I mean, did really make that guy's day, year, you know what I mean? And so again, when you're in this industry, and again, the food industry, people are not thanked properly most of the time. People are not, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's always the guy at the top that gets all the thing, but it's the other.
Correct.
There's so many people working under him. I will say that Ramsey has like an 85% retention rate for people that have worked with him.
Really? Even though he comes off so hard on the TV.
I mean, that's clearly for show. Yeah. In the food industry, that's unheard of. So you can tell he takes care of his people.
Correct, because that's a high turnover.
I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
I can cook. I'm not a chef. I'm not anything, but I will talk to people. So if Food Network wants to give me any part of that, any of that contract, I'm going to say our famous line, call me.
Call me. Hey, I do not need Guy Fieri
Do you need
money.
a guy that doesn't actually do any cooking and just stands in front of stuff? Because that's kind of what he does at this point. I can do that.
The Russian ballet had a cook.
Really?
Did you get anything? Did you get any borscht?
No.
They brought... You know? I almost like that one better.
No, I went down there to get a coffee, and there were maybe 16 rotisserie chickens laid out.
Oh my God.
And you're like, do you think they'd notice one if one was missing? No, you guys had 15. You had 15. I clearly know you had 15. You had 15.
He's doing a seance.
You had 5 times 3, 3 times 5. You had 15.
He's doing a seance with the Ouija board. Yeah. I'm bringing this boy back. Taking him home. Hey,
did you recognize any of them?
Yeah.
The chickens?
Is that Gertrude? Yes, the chickens. Yes, the chickens, Mac, not the Russians.
There's a raccoon in an apron.
Did you recognize any of the Russians?
Just turning them. There's a raccoon in an apron just spinning.
All of a sudden, Mac's like, of course, I recognize Ivan. Wait a minute.
Igor.
Yeah,
I recognize Igor.
Was this a horror movie? Are we building Frankenstein?
Well,
Igor was the sound guy.
Suddenly we're in the Americans, and Mac's been a spy this whole time. I know what I will do. I will run a podcast studio and grow chickens. No one will ever notice. I will work at this place called Guitar Center.
And you shall call me Nadia.
I will steal guitars and pretend I don't know anything about it. You ever catch that guy? No. They caught the stooge. I set it up.
Correct.
It was foiled by moose and squirrel.
See, that's an age joke. I get it. What are you pushing now? I do like that. Hey, do we have time for a strange story?
It's strange story.
Yes.
Okay. He cut it short. Now we have time. Now we have time.
It's straight.
We weren't gonna.
Yeah,
but I made it happen.
I made it happen. That 45-minute intro has been cut down.
So I hit it last week when I said massive discount coupon fraud.
Whoa. Timestamp.
Yeah.
We know what's on your mind.
Yeah, we got to count them all.
Freudian slip. Freudian slip.
Massive discount coupon fraud gets Virginia woman 12-year prison sentence.
I didn't even know my sister went to prison.
So first thing I thought is everybody in Virginia is like, Grandma? You know what I mean? Because we've all been behind these people in line.
I mean, we've been to Virginia.
Yeah, for a while, I won't say that was, my wife didn't have paper coupons, but she'd have the iPad. So she'd be in line and she'd be like, oh, and this is this, and this is this. And I'm like, no, we're not doing this when we're together.
Yeah, this one's not going to scan.
Yeah.
So if you want to hold the gun this way, I'll angle it towards the light. It's just not scanning. I need my 75 cents off.
So it basically says in September 2021, Lori Ann Talens, 41, got slapped with a 12-year prison sentence for running a nation-spanning discount coupon fraud scheme. On top of that, the courts ordered her to pay a whopping $31.8 million in restitution to companies.
Did she have a coupon for that?
Yeah. She's like, hold on, I get 50% off.
Can we do this at Kroger? I understand they double coupon.
Yeah. And I got one for 50% off. And her husband.
12 years for this.
Yeah, 12 years. And her husband's name is Pacifico. I don't know if that's a car or if that's a dude. Okay. But, he's a junior. Yeah.
So his dad was a truck?
Yeah. Yeah. My dad was a full size. So anyway, he's 43. He got himself an 87-month sentence. Why do they do 87 months? Why don't they just...
Well, what is he, a child? Is he like a baby?
Yeah.
my kid is 87 months years old. That doesn't, months and years don't work together.
He's in
like
third
that.
grade.
Yeah,
right. Because right. I don't know if that math checks out, but whatever. I'm just guessing.
That
yeah.
does not check out.
But according to the FBI, he knowingly assisted and profited from the scheme. Well, here's the deal. Even if he didn't knowingly assist, how do you hide that? You know what I mean? I hate to say it. Now, if I go work 12-hour shifts and I come home, what'd you do all day, honey? Nothing. Okay, then we're good. You know, your biggest fear is, did the mailman stay here too long? I don't know.
Yeah.
But not that she's making $38 million worth of coupons.
I am a huge fan of the Oceans movie, even Ocean 7-Eleven, which was
nice.
Logan Lucky.
Okay.
That was maybe the same, and Ocean's 8, which was the all-woman one. And there's a scene where she's trying to pick up a fence, to fence the stuff, and they're in their garage, and she has all these Keurigs and all this stuff, like, Instapots. You would have loved it. And all these other things. And she's like, well, how do you explain this to all this stuff to your husband? And she's like, eBay.
Yeah.
But it's like, dozens of the same thing,
Right.
like just stacked in rows. And you're like, yeah, no, I think I'd be like,
That's the lady that puts on the neighborhood thing.
Right, yeah.
She's looking for empty Amazon
Yeah,
boxes. Why?
right.
I just want to put them in my garage.
Yeah, it's a multi-level marketing thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, so he profited from
Oh,
it.
you almost said toit. he's.
He's toit like a toiga. But no, he profited from it. This stuff's in his house.
Toit like a toy.
Oh yeah, there you go. I've got a button for that.
I think you heard your own voice like, oh yeah, that's right. That's me. I like
that's
that.
me. I
love that
sound
very
good
much.
when it's not coming out of my face. She was producing them on her computer, okay? And
So they were fraudulent. Is that what it was?
they're fraudulent, but they had the barcode. So when you scan them, it gave the discount. So I don't know if she changed dates on them or what it did. Because here's the deal. I've never been in like the grocery industry or the like retail sales, but I've been in the automotive industry where you get manufacturer discounts.
Right.
So when you get a manufacturer discount, basically the manufacturer is paying the difference.
Right.
Okay. At a reasonable rate. You can't be like, oh, well, we charge $900 for an oil change. No, you don't. You charge $40. We told them they could get it for $19.95. We pay the other $20.05.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's how it goes. And then the customer pays the tax on the whole amount. That's because they're not allowed to pay tax.
Yeah, a lot of coupons and grocery or manufacturer coupons.
Yeah. So anyway, when you go to the manufacturer then to collect, that coupon's no good.
Right.
So now the store's out all that money.
Right.
And that's how they eventually track it down. I mean, when you see one lady, whatchamacallit, it's a different time of case. Let's see here. They summarize it. Fake coupons found. So I have a picture here. That's just what they found in her house. That's not even on her computer.
That is crazy.
That is crazy. There's like almost a whole kitchen table stacked up, probably no less than 6 to 8 inches in any spot with coupons. They're all
It looks
decked
like
together.
It looks like when my dad used to grade papers.
Yeah, you know what it looks
on the
like?
dining room table.
It looks like the book fair at school. They're all put nice.
I used to love the book fair.
Yes. Yeah, your parents give you $20. You come home with a rabbit's foot and two bookmarks.
you'd
What
come
happened to the rest?
You'd come
I
home
don't know.
with a pointy finger on a 6-foot stick.
Yeah.
What's that for? I can point people with a stick. Like, what do you think it's for?
Or you got that huge pencil that's like like an inch and a half round.
Right.
And they're like, cool. How are you going to sharpen that? Ooh.
I'm gonna whittle it.
Yeah. All right, Jethro. But it says
what I don't get though, 12 years. Like
Yeah.
you can, and I don't want to get into politics and everything because that's not what we do here. But the sentences for drunk driving and stuff are like suspended license and whatever. This woman just used fraudulent coupons
Yeah.
and got more than a decade in prison.
So, and here, I'll go off on a quick tangent. I like to watch at American Greed. I've told you that. A lot of people on there that do like money laundering, or they're scamming people. You know, they're taking their money to pay their previous investors, almost like a Ponzi scheme. You know what I mean?
A Fonzie scheme.
Yeah, Fonzie scheme. Hey, but so when they do that, a lot of times they get anywhere from 2 to 8 years in jail when they're done.
Yeah.
Now they have to pay all that money back.
Right.
And they seize all their stuff. But if they did that, say they got away with it for 8 years, 10 years, and then they have to go to jail for 8 years. Okay. Was it worth it or was it? To me, it's not. I get it.
Well, it's that same meme where it's like take out a loan and they have to pay it back for 30 years, rob a bank and get like for the same amount of money and get like 5 years in prison.
Right.
You know, it's like, yeah, that's funny and all, but you still have to give that money back. So it doesn't
Right.
work that way. But yeah,
Right.
it's a similar concept.
Right.
Just, I have to tangent on the Ponzi thing. When I was in Milwaukee watching the monkeys, I looked it up. I was like maybe an 8-minute walk from the Fonzie statue.
Oh, really?
But it was dark and down in the river, and I didn't want to go down there by myself.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah. No, I don't.
It was the irony is when I was, over by Madison and I saw that exit and I was going to take my wife, 4 hours out of the way to go look at it. Not a problem.
Yeah.
8-minute walk? It's late.
Yeah. I'm going to need to get the car.
It's late. There's a lot of monkey fans out here. I don't feel safe. I got to get out. I got to drive through the Amazon warehouse gauntlet to get home. It used to be a lot of adult bookstores and cheese shops on 94 North. Now it's Amazon everywhere. I mean, there's so many. I don't care. Let's move on.
Yeah, correct. So anyway, the FBI got involved in this. Okay.
That's right. We're telling a story.
Yeah. Let's see here. I don't need to do all the other. In the end, they bought enough coupons to deliver more than 100.
Wait.
Yeah.
I was almost gonna like in the end, nothing really matters.
Yeah.
Jungle Cruise, Disney Plus, watch it.
Yeah.
That checks out.
that's
I was almost
nice.
going to wrap it up right there. You
That
see
was
it was
nice.
like tied in.
That was nice.
I
That was
got the
very
music
nice.
ready.
And where can they find us? No, we're not doing that. But they delivered more than $125 in illegitimate savings. Turn the music off, you turd.
He said he had the music ready.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been waiting. He's been waiting since he started the music early.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like,
That's right. I forgot. Like we started early. So
we started a couple minutes early,
Yeah.
but we'll finish this up. But essentially, they went through her coats in her house. She had coupons in every pocket. Her computer was filled with coupons. And it says, this is what's funny. According to Thomason, I just read this and it made me giggle inside. According to Thomason, they discovered coupons in every crevice of the house.
I'll check the crevasses. Oh God! Why did we bring Thomas in? All he wants to do is check crevices.
There were coupons in every jacket pocket. They were stuffed in her vehicles. I don't know how you'd be stuffed in a jacket. I don't know how you stuff stuff in a vehicle.
Maybe it's in all the vents. Yeah. It's in that no man land between the seat and the console.
My glove box that keeps popping open. Those coupons are flying everywhere.
Officer, I know those are fraudulent coupons. I just put them there so stuff doesn't fall down between the console. It's just like a block.
But he said in total, the coupons were worth more than $1 million on the computer. Okay. The investigators also, let's see here. She had more than 13,000 design templates for fakes. She trained herself on different techniques she needed to manipulate barcodes to make the coupons work. So this is an elaborate scheme.
Yeah, this was an actual
So that's
career.
probably why you got 12 years.
Still think it's a bit skewed.
I
think the other people, what I'm saying is like, yeah, I'm not saying don't punish her less, but I'm saying maybe punish the people that have taken lives more. Just saying.
Yeah.
But like, it's one of those, I know this is nothing in what you did, but it's one of those like you get to the end of the movie and they're like, if that criminal just would have used their powers for good.
Right.
I mean, clearly she trained herself on a lot of stuff. She could have set up a design company. She could have done all this other stuff. No, I'm going to do it to manipulate barcodes.
Yeah.
So
What do you
me
do?
and Pacifico, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
The Buick Pacifica or Pontiac Pacifica.
Me and Chrysler
Yeah.
Pacifica.
That's what it is, Chris.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But no, so
Me and minivan are gonna. That's like, well, why do you call yourself Pacifica? Well, it used to be minivan, but we changed it when we came over. Good change.
That's 2 in the
Good
front,
change.
5 in the back.
Yeah. Oh wow, wow. I told that at a work retreat. Did not go over well. That's a true story.
So it says Thomason, who's the investigator, said that there were several cases where the discount even went over the product's retail value. So imagine presenting a coupon and be like, "You owe me money." You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. But she had coupons for $24.99 off a $25 box of diapers.
I'm gonna need this Head and Shoulders and a $5.
Open that drawer. You have people walking out the door with those diapers for almost nothing. Yeah. They call it a highly organized fraud. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, diapers and Tide detergent, huge.
Oh, get this. To get in, one of Talon's existing customers would need to refer you to her. She'd ask you to send you a copy of your ID. Hey, somebody that's creating fraudulent stuff.
Right.
Let me send you my info. Would you like my social security number too?
Yeah.
With evidence that you had
147.
with evidence that you had previously used counterfeit coupons. Okay, look. Do you have any?
Yeah. I need your ID and damaging evidence.
I call this state's evidence, and I am now a witness.
I need to see Exhibit A and Exhibit B.
So it said over 3 years, she made a comfortable $400,000 off her fake coupons. So she's evidently selling these coupons to people at a greatly discounted rate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it does. The next headline's hurting the little guy. That's the first thing I thought of. A little mom and pop grocery store can't take those kind of hits. And again, you walk into Walmart and you hand them $100 worth of coupons, they could probably absorb that.
Speaking of which, when you go to Walmart or any of the big box stores, like, hey, do you want to donate $1? Like, why am I being your donation fund?
Right.
You donate the money.
Yeah.
You have the money.
Yeah.
I don't have the money.
But so it says here, and it says it does trickle down because eventually stores will start charging more to make up for those losses.
Oh, that trickle down works.
Yeah. So, let's see here. The FBI was nice enough to even give them a fair warning. The agency said anyone who's bought Talon's fake coupons should not be surprised if they hear from investigators. So they probably got a list. She probably rolled over on them.
Right.
I mean,
well, hey,
she
yeah,
has
it's probably going to be 120 years. Like, hey, can we knock that down? I got a whole drawer full.
Yeah.
Of IDs and proof that they've done this before. And Thomason was like, let's do it.
Thomason's like, when I'm done making English muffins,
right.
we are so on this.
Do you have any crevices?
We've checked all their crevices. Hey, where can they find us, Ted?
They can find us at thatchecksout.net. Also, you can find us on all the socials at thatchecksout WDT. The D is Damon, the T is Ted, the W is with. You can find us here, but don't do it every week, recording at Audiohive Podcasting Studio in Joliet. Look, come out, talk to Mac, do your own podcast. That's what he's here for. We want more business so we can have a hard time getting in here to do our studio time. That would be great. We'll talk to you next week. I have been Ted. He has been Damon. That checks out.
Mac, we just got you some business. We get a referral.
Do you have it set to the sun in here?
Oh, yeah. Hey, turn the heat off.